It's September 19th, 2023, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxel. The White House released a statement on Saturday, because weekend statements usually get buried, stating that President Biden would not pardon his son, Hunter. Yes, he will. We all know he will. As a way to attract audiences to their musical, Beetlejuice is offering a Get a Groin Grope from a Congressional Representative special. Yep, Congresswoman Lauren Boebert apologized after a security video showed her vaping and groping her boyfriend during a performance of the aforementioned musical Beetlejuice in Denver. It turns out that, unlike most lawmakers, Boebert isn't afraid to get her hands dirty. Or sticky. Boebert's date isn't getting a second date. According to TMZ, Boebert already broke up with the man because he's a Democrat. Now, you wouldn't know it from the security video, but it turns out Boebert isn't a fan of the D. And now that the Lauren Boebert comedy rule of 3 has been achieved, we'll just stop talking about her. Senators will be able to wear whatever they want on the Senate floor, after Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer directed the Sergeant-at-Arms not to enforce the Senate's informal dress code. Now it'll be a race to see which senator is the first to wear Crocs on the Senate floor. Not to be outdone, House Republican Lauren Boebert has now refused to wear anything ever. So it seems I lied earlier. But now we are absolutely done with Lauren Boebert. I promise. No more. The town of El Paso, Texas is complaining that thousands of migrants are being dumped in the streets. But how else should they be dumped? Over a text? That would just be rude. Daredevil drivers in Philadelphia shut down city streets, performing illegal stunts within feet of people, including dangerous donuts. But don't worry. Police responded immediately when they heard there were donuts. Staying in Philly, a cheesesteak restaurant now has armed security guards inside and outside the store. One of the owners at Jim's West Steaks and Hoagies blames violent crime in the city. But that's what you get when it's football season and you live in a city full of Eagles fans. Whoa, what was that? That was a premature, gratuitous plug. Well, the die has been cast, and might as well get on with it. Hey, why not subscribe to our YouTube channel? We are so close to 900 subscribers, we can see it. Look, there it is! If you haven't already done so, please click that subscribe button and bring a little tiny bit of joy into our sad, sad lives. Speaking of sad lives, Brian Warner, a.k.a. Marilyn Manson, was sentenced to 20 hours of community service in New Hampshire for blowing his nose on a videographer in 2019. Warner said he thinks his attorney did a fine job with this case and is looking forward to being represented by him again for his inevitable sexual assault trial. The death toll from floods in Libya has now reached 11,000, with the threat of waterborne illness now looming. And in even worse news, yesterday, my pumpkin spice latte was lukewarm. Give me a break. 2 bears at a military base in Alaska got into a Krispy Kreme delivery van and ate all the donuts inside. The bears eventually left. Police promise an all-out manhunt, or in this case, a bear hunt, because once you eat their donuts, it gets personal. Look, we can either do police and donuts, or we can do Lauren Boebert. Although I'd kind of like to do Lauren Boebert. She's less crazy than some of my past girlfriends. Hey, let's check in with what's happening at food establishments other than Krispy Kreme, since our hired bears never dropped off any donuts. McDonald's has announced that they will soon phase out all of their self-serve soda machines in the U.S., so you'll have to get your suicide the old-fashioned way, with a McOverdose. Chick-fil-A is returning to the United Kingdom after LGBTQ protesters helped close their only location there 4 years ago. As a compromise, Chick-fil-A told the LGBTQ community that they will only kill the straight chickens. Planet Fitness. Wait, that's not a restaurant. Well, unless you're a cannibal. Planet Fitness shares tanked last week after their CEO unexpectedly resigned. The CEO has since severed all ties with the company, except he's having trouble canceling his gym membership. A Danish artist who was given 67,000 euros for an art installation at the Kunsten Museum has been ordered to return the money after he sent 2 blank canvases entitled "Take the Money and Run." Now, we here at Sketchworks NewsBrake appreciate irreverent, satirical humor, which is why our next episode of NewsBrake will be a blank screen that plays for 10 minutes, with Babs's subliminal voice saying,
"Give us money and run." Or walk. However you feel most comfortable in transporting yourself away. Just give us money. We beg of you. We beg for money.
So tune in next week for that. Now that Barbie is the top grossing movie of the year, studios are greenlighting projects based on all sorts of nostalgic toys. While ideas like Viewmaster the Movie or Big Wheels Take America have been tossed around, the most anticipated project is Teddy Ruxpin Early AI, a thriller directed by Jordan Peele. Princess Diana's black sheep sweater sold for $1.1 million at auction. Still no bids yet for her black sheep son and the human bedpan he calls a wife. A new trend on social media has women asking their partners, how often do they think about the Roman Empire? Which is a cute little twist on when my mom used to ask my dad, how often do you think? Elsewhere in the cesspool of social media, people on the internet called out comedian Hassan Minhaj on the honesty of his act. They were shocked that some of his stories might have been embellished to have greater effect. Those outraged stated, "This is why we don't watch the TV and stick to the Bible." The drug MDMA will soon be legalized to treat trauma patients. In related news, dentists are pushing for meth to be legalized to treat their mistresses to a new condo. Johnson & Johnson announced they will stop using their famous red script logo, as it no longer fits their company image. Instead, their new logo will be a baby with ovarian cancer. A scientific study done at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, go Badgers, has discovered the moon and the earth are drifting apart, just like your aging parents. They calculate this gap grows 1.5 inches a year, which makes the length of the average day longer. Eventually, the earth will hit a 25-hour day in 200 million years. But we won't need to worry about that because we humans will be extinct in another 5 years. Speaking of extinction, a late Jurassic period dinosaur skeleton, named Barry for some reason, is up for auction in Paris. Sources say the 150-million-year-old Camptosaurus is tired of sleeping on a bunk bed, making fire with sticks, and eating terrible food with the other Camptosauruses, and just wants to go home. Another alligator has been sighted in a river near Pittsburgh, which is just another sign of why you should not live in Pittsburgh. It's good advice for all of us. And that's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back next week, and we hope you are too. I'm Brian Troxell. Say hi to your mom for me, especially if your mom is Lauren Boebert.
Simply put, the 21st century results are badly needed. They're needed to move us along.